We just found wildlife, and this time we're properly equipped actually. So this got the Sigma zoom.
The 70 to 180, which I can, on the Sony full frame, you can crop in so you can actually get a little bit closer than 180. And it was actually perfect for this setting where the animals weren't too far away, and yeah, they let us get relatively close to them.
Yeah, and I hit the Fuji up to 400, which goes to 600 with the crop, and then with the 2x converter, teleconverter, it goes to 1200. So I was able to get full shots of the, I don't know what they are. We call them carpet munchers.
You call them carpet munchers.
You see it first last
I call them oversized squirrels, the ground squirrels. Here at Dry Falls, which is a place that we're revisiting of sorts, but we'll explain that after we get out of the car. How is driving this road?
It's fun. I like dirt roads. I grew up in Bulgaria, so I'm fearless. We pulled over at this very nice habitat. It's mostly flooded marshland, but it's really at the bottom of what they call a coulee, which is really kind of a canyon, but it's wider and kind of boxy, rectangular shape.
So last time we were out here, we were way up there. That's the visitor center for Dry Falls. And unfortunately it was really cold, so there really wasn't much we could do, but we scouted out this area and knew that we wanted to return here, so we did.
It actually was beautiful with everything being icy, but it was too windy.
It was very cold. Very cold. Right now it's not too bad, but we'll see what happens overnight, but it shouldn't get that cold, hopefully.
It
So
will be
we'll
50
find out.
at worst.
So we came to the edge of the road, or the end of the road, and it just leads you to like this boat launch area, so you pretty much have the only option of going into the water here, which is actually really sweet access, but for people on foot we're gonna go that way.
We're going off the deep end. Gotta watch our feet here because there's mud and rocks and critters. Try not to sink. It's not that bad.
Yeah, this side path is better.
So we climbed the big rock and now we get an overhead of everything here, which was the goal because I have my zoom so we can spy on nature like you put it in one of our last videos. And I have the monopod to hold steady for a long time. And the monopod doubles as a weapon in case you run into something shady.
I'm trailing behind to make sure that I catch anything that might fall, such as the little wind muff thing for that Road Video Micro, because for some reason that one likes to fall off a lot, and it happens a lot.
And I'm going up front in case I run into snakes and I can scare them before Susie sees them, so she won't be too scared.
That's right, don't tell me. I'd rather not know.
I've already not told her.
Hey. It's very pretty. Everything is like slightly green, so that makes it a lot more inspiring.
It's spring. We're here in spring. Apparently the best season here in Eastern Washington. Which also may be Central Washington.
Yeah, it's east for us, but technically it is central.
Don't see this type of lake almost anywhere.
Oh wow, yeah, the colors
Yeah, exactly.
are like stunning right now.
Yeah, we're here in spring, and you see the subtle color in Eastern Washington, which you normally don't see here. You see like brown and yellow. But here now we have reds, we have yellows, we have greens.
Yeah.
We have blossoms of all kinds in the desert.
But it's actually good that it's overcast because it's making for better lighting so that not everything is blown out. So it's going to be pretty cool to shoot that. A lot of, I think these are seagulls? I don't know.
Not exactly
Or,
a seagull, but some are seagulls.
Some are
and
seagulls. I was a little surprised to see seagulls all the way out here.
We have varied environments in the state. It's the most diverse. You see, California technically has more, but they're so much more spread out and they're larger. But here we have more environments in a tighter space, and probably the most so in the USA. And it's a photographer's paradise. Here now we're about to meet a prominent Washington State photographer.
Oh, hello there.
I just found you out here.
Well, this is such a cool spot because, yeah, you can get like this nice rock formation here, and if you go wide enough you can get this lake. Then if you turn around here you have yet another rock formation plus the visitor center, so it's just a really cool spot to get some water.
Yeah, but it's really beautiful here. Is this more inspiring than being locked down, or what?
If you're gonna be locked down, you might as well be in nature, right?
Let's stake our claim here and set up with the monopod and the big lens and see what we get. It's our second escape of the year after the lockdown happened. We had 2 previous escapes in the cold, and now it's warm and we're here and life is flourishing. Maybe a little too flourishing if you step off trail though.
The sun came out and the birds disappeared. It's like the weirdest thing. Yeah, another thing that we just noted is the importance of having zippers on your pockets, because you do want pants and jackets and clothing with pockets to hold your small items, but they should have zippers on them because you're out, you know, in the wilderness and you don't know when you're going to be back or if anyone else is going to come out here. So the last thing you want to do is lose important items. So it's really important to make sure that they're in zippered pockets.
Without car keys, you're screwed. Like a disaster situation, you gotta get towed out of like deep nature. We had to do that already because of the deer that jumped into our car, so don't lose stuff at all, ever. Dramatic scenery here, and we're having lots of fun taking videos. We've been asking ourselves what to make of this region and how to present it, and it's like definitely like a Wild West, but with a more northern characteristic, I guess. Yeah, you're getting good shots of this mountain.
I was getting a little starburst because the sun was peeking through, so I was getting you vlogging with the sun and the mountain.
This is our first day of shooting after the lockdown, out all day like this. And not you know, we drove a lot, we found a place to sleep. We forgot to mention we found our camp.
So we're here at Dry Falls State Park, which is initially where we came several months ago in a different season, and we saw this, but it wasn't as pretty as it is right now.
Yeah, this is an amazing view, and we're here rediscovering it after we came in January, I think.
Yeah.
And it was nice. It was all completely covered in ice, which was cool, but it was too cold. And now we came here to take the shot.
And we were just hiking just down there.
That's the coolest
Way
part.
out
So
there.
it looks like a living painting right in front of you, and we went right through it, so in the middle all the way to that lake in the back there. So this turns out to be a place to be famous for a reason, because the view is simply spectacular. What do you think about our discovery?
I think we're here at the right time of year because everything is like, not everything is green, but you have patches of green that really add some color. Otherwise it would just be kind of brownish yellow, so I think that pop of green is nice. And again, we're actually lucky that it's overcast because that gives us some texture, some clouds to play with that we wouldn't normally have if it wasn't overcast. We're sleeping down there. There's actually even a little golf course down here. It's so cool.
This is our lodging.
We went up to Dry Falls viewpoint, then we came down and actually started taking out our tent, and right as we did that, the wind started picking up and it got kind of scary and the rain started coming down, so we're like,
yeah, the drops of rain is what made me terminate that idea. And we got an upgrade, and we'll show you the upgrade now.
Yeah, and so, you know, if we really had to, we'd be okay with camping in that, but we had the option not to, so we chose the option not to. And yeah, we're gonna go check out the room now.
Waterfront on the lake now, which is a nice perk. Here we have a basic cabin.
It smells freshly clean, so that's
actually
good.
Pretty bleached, yeah.
Yeah. So they have a cabin, 2 beds, a fridge that I'm actually, I'm like taller than the fridge.
Yeah.
That's like the first time ever that's happened. And a little sink, stove. Yeah, bare basics, but you know what? That's good enough for tonight. And yeah, we are waterfront, which is pretty great.
It has a roof from the rain and walls from the wind, and it has a waterfront, so we're fine.
And our toilet and a shower. Sweet. Nice job.
Well, you gotta adapt with the conditions.
So we checked in kind of like around 4:30, and they said there were 2 camping spots open and 1 cabin. So luckily that cabin was still open when we came back, so we snagged a waterfront cabin.
Yeah. But yeah, let's check this out. The freaking waterfront cabin.
Adventure meals, and funny enough, these are from Oregon. They're from Albany, Oregon, so they're from the Northwest. And this thing, it's the MSR water boiler. It's only like $150. It's actually not bad for what it is.
No, please.
And it's oh, we gotta get the silverware, the bowls then from.
Yeah.
Found them.
Yeah, it was in a very logical place with
Where?
all the camping bag stuff.
Okay.
There was a bag with all your camping.
Great.
Alright, so truly they didn't give us anything because maybe it's the pandemic, but we have our own.
Yeah. They were kind of interesting. Like, we're partially prepared. Like, we have some stuff for camping, but we don't have the best necessarily. We don't have everything.
So, some stuff.
Yeah, we have some stuff. Like
and this is lightweight. We went with lightweight.
Yeah.
See, here's a plate and here's a cover.
Yeah. It's like a little bowl. Yeah, all you do is open this package, boil some water, close it, wait 5 minutes, and it's supposed to be ready. Right. Some water. And we need spark. Oh, I see. Yeah, it controls it. That's cool. Oops, we ran out of fuel.
Yeah, that was from like 10 years ago or 8 years ago when we first met.
I was honestly, I was wondering. I was like, do we have fuel? He's like, yeah, we have fuel. I was like, well, how much is left in the fuel? We didn't have a way to check. So yeah, good thing we have a cabin and a stove because we would have lost our our little camping stove there. All right, go for it. And we're gonna.
Whoa, it's barely big enough, but it is.
But yeah, the key thing is to insulate it like as quickly as we can after we mix it up.
There we go. There, our meal.
It's not so bad, man. Bagels and. Lemon pepper steak.
Nice. It's like a risotto almost.
Nice.
Obviously the king of camping food is dried meat forever and ever.
Yes. Dried meat and trail mix. Isn't trail mix kind of made for hiking? Like they call it trail mix because you eat it on the trail. And it's still, you know, if you really needed to, you can get by with trail mix and beef jerky. Basically all the food we bought that is already cooked, we could have also eaten that and been just fine.
What is nice about this method though is that you warm up. You get really warm.
You get a hot meal.
Yeah, and you can be out in the wilderness and it's great.